Here we are back with the fourth build installment of the Garden Restaurant by LEGO Friends. This is set number 42691, contains 1,465 pieces, retails for $129.99, and this set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. And yes, this is what we have done so far, and while I'm putting something on mute for telling on itself, the build's pretty good so far. I've experienced some parts falling apart. Some parts of the build feel very flimsy until we're at the very end of a step. So this is kind of more or less an unstable build because we're building with mostly 1x1 and 1x2 pieces with some big pieces in there, but not a whole lot. And I have a feeling this is more of just an inflated build in terms of part quantity than we were worried about strength in this one here. We only have one sticker left, so it's not too bad. Stickers are very mild, so that's not an issue here. We have a brick separator, which is good. The set does use a lot of bright colors, but it's just build quality that's nailing this one down. No scratch pieces or anything like that. So I think the main thing is just build quality is what's killing this one. It's just a lot of small stuff, especially for a playable model. Well, today we're going to be doing bags 7 and 8. And yeah, I'm going to see if I can get through this. I only have about 54 minutes left, so let's get to it. Let's get going here. Let's build it with bag 7. Oh, I thought it was those special colored tiles that are printed. No, we're not that lucky, huh? Oh, I was going to say, we only have one of these. You get these, you're going to be in for a workout. I guarantee you, because that's all the big stuff we have. And then the rest of it's all small stuff. When I did that last modular, what was it, Shopping Street, where it's just cake with small pieces. Yeah, this one's about half that size, and that's what we're dealing with, is small parts. I mean, we have more small pieces than we do big stuff. That kind of thing. And yeah, and today it's just like the other one is on the 30th of December 2025. So we're getting close to the end of the year here. And let me get this here situated for you because we're going to be focusing our attention here. Looks like right in this area here for this installment. Yeah, well, not a lot's changed since the last one I did. I'm just kind of jumping through these right now because I'm taking advantage of it. It's quiet right now. No one's bothering me, and I can get this stuff done quickly. So I'm going to try to get stuff done here before I have to go do family chores. But you know, let's see what we can do here. Let's start getting some things here. Oh, 1x16 and reddish brown. I hope that's not a bad sign of that breaking, huh? Anybody remembers the reddish-brown horror stories of that part breaking? That's not really a fun thing. I like big pieces as the build goes by quicker. Okay, now it looks like we're building some kind of a serving cart. Alright, so we can slide this off to the side. Now when it gets to stuff like this, I'll try to hold this in my hand. And seeing if anybody came home. I heard somebody with a loud boombox in their car. I do not have a boombox in my car. It was something I was never excited with when I was younger. My friends had loud stereos in their car. My very first car, I kind of want to do it, but I was more interested in having a car that ran than having a fancy car. So my very first car was an old beat-up pickup truck from the 80s. It was beat up. It was rusted. It was only $400. And it took me a while to save up for it, but that was not the most safest vehicle. It didn't have airbags. The truck I have now doesn't have airbags. They didn't start mandating that, I think, until 95 or something. That truck did not have anti-lock brakes. My new one does, or the one I have now, but it's acting weird. But I mean, we lived without all that safety stuff, and I mean, we were fine, but it wasn't like nothing fancy or all my buddies, when they had their license, man, they already had a brand new car set up for them and all that stuff, but I had to buy my own. And then my parents helped me out getting a nice one, a new car. And I still have that new car today because I took very good care of it. Looks like we have ourselves some greens and some cookies. And we will take a closer look at this here in a bit here. So that was my first car. It was just some rust bucket. It only lasted for a few months, but hey, it was something that it was basically, this is the car you learn how to practice driving in and stuff. And I like little pickups, like mini trucks are cool. And that is it right there. Like a little buffet cart. And this goes right here with the cookies on the left-hand side. There we go. I'm just going to hold on the side there. That takes care of that. Okay, now it looks like we're putting something else together here. Yeah, we're putting together a lot of furniture today, so I don't know. I mean, when I was a teen, I only had just one car. I remember before I had a car, I had to use my parents' car, and I did not like driving a little four-door sedan. It was one of those, what was it? I'm trying to remember. It was a Chevy Lumina, if anybody remembers those. Like an old person's car. And I did not like driving that thing at all, but it was a set of wheels to get you from point A to point B, and it had air conditioning. The truck I bought didn't even have air. It just had a fan. It had heat, though. And yes, it had windshield wipers and a seat. Matter of fact, it had a bench seat, but that car was a bit of an upgrade compared to what I have. Now, my car is nice. I just got to restore it now. I'm trying to get it going here. And we got some lime or lemon, and we got a lime piece. The tiles for these are at least printed, so that's good. I'll take a closer look at this here in a bit. But I'm pretty pleased, you know, with where everything went. I mean, like some kids, they did not even have the option of a car. Now, my nephew's got like a couple of cars. For me, one was enough. I did not need 10 cars. I don't need 3 cars. I just wanted one that ran. And yeah, that's it right there. And you get those tiles are printed too. Isn't that cool? That looks pretty cool. And this sits right here. Okay, making sure before I press that down and commit to it, because getting that out might be a whole issue by itself. Okay, now we're building another one of these type of tables. Slightly different, though, than the last one here. Yeah, so first cars, you know, some people want the best. Let's make sure it's like that. Hey, at least it's something, right? I hear some kids. I've always wanted a new car when I was a kid, but I had to prove, like, get straight A's and stuff like that. You only get rewarded for working your buns off. Just like in real life today, when you work a full-time job, you just got to make sure you work very hard to get the promotions and stuff. It's like my nephew. He's stuck out with this job for the last couple of months because he likes the money that it makes. His dream job, though, is being a mechanic. And unfortunately, with that type of job, he's going to have to be working under somebody else as an apprentice, or he's going to have to go to school for that. And he does not want to go to school. And I'm like, dude, whatever you want to do, if you want a career type based job other than labor work, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to go and you're going to have to do what everybody else says. You're going to have to go through some kind of training, you know. There's no way around it. Well, okay, this apple doesn't stick at the bottom. It just sits in there. Banana sits right here in this holder. I'm trying to get that in there. I have to cover it up because I need to see it, guys. And then we have some berries that are attached to that. Just looking at it, this is making me hungry. And there is that. I mean, just the furnishings alone in this would have made a nice little furniture pack. I'm really surprised Lego doesn't sell furniture packs. So you got to go upstairs to get to the buffet, I guess. Maybe this is a buffet style. Okay. Okay, and now we got to finish up with the beam here and all this good stuff here. My nephew really wants to become like an auto mechanic. And for me, I was like, dude, you got to get into engineering. Engineer is a better car. He doesn't want to do school. You know, he wasn't really into it. I don't blame him. I was not into school when I was a lot younger. And now, I'm kind of glad I did, because, or else I wouldn't be at the career that I'm at today. And I think that's what kind of irks him sometimes. You know, it's like, why do you get to take off certain hours? And, you know, I really can't, because I got to relieve staff to do that. And we all have to work as a team, but it's how it is. But I don't get to do that. You know what would look cool? If you bought another one of these and mirror it and have this... Let me get that real quick. Mirror it. Okay, you're going to go in the pool. You'll be safer in there. Just hold your breath for the next 40 minutes. I swear it feels like we've already blown through about 1,000 pieces already. We probably already have. And he just wants to do that, but he doesn't want to do the schooling for it. And I always thought my nephew would go to college and all that stuff, but then he has family here. His mom wanted him to go to college. I wanted him to go to college, but okay, it goes like that. Okay. But when you have like a grandma that says no, 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 both of his grandparents want him to go to college, and that doesn't go there. And I'm like, dude, go to college. Oh, I don't want to study anymore. I'm just so sick of it. And one time he told me not to worry about it. It's okay, you know. And now he's some of his buddies are already finished pretty much with their first year, and they're already getting interns. And I even told him what to do. I can't even intern you because you're not even in any program. And internships are for serious career level. People who want to be trained in a field. And I can't do nothing about it. Hopefully he'll change his mind. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. College was not for me. It was boring. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was not fun. But I survived and I got through it because I got the only thing I liked in college was the computer program and the mathematics department. Everything else was not fun. It was not. It was just kind of, how do you get around all this? But now, since I pretty much finished all that up, it's not too bad now. Not too bad. Get those engineering degrees and stuff, which doesn't do any good because honestly you got to go through field work first in order to really understand things. You can't just read everything from a book, but you have to start somewhere, right? So you got to prove that you can read a book first before you can go out in the field. That's essentially what it is. Yeah, we're still working on this little piece up here. I don't know what we're doing up here right now. It's just getting taller and taller. I think this is part of the roof here. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, now it looks like we're focusing our attention to one of those lanterns. Let's hope we're not missing, or I misplaced any more parts. Like I did the last installment where I was missing that piece. I had to dig through a bin only to find I already had it on there. Well, I can't find it, but I'm finding the tiles for it. I found the other stuff. Found the top of it. Oh, there it is. Because I can't start the tiles. Because they use the round tile as a stop here, to stop it like that. Yeah, but back to my nephew, though. One of his friends went to junior college, and he said he couldn't handle it. He said it was just a lot, and the professors were jerks. And I thought, dude, it's only going to get worse. You're going to get a boss that's just like that. Not everybody's nice like me, but sometimes when it's like somebody being late to work, and they're a habitual late arrival, what do? You know, you got to get to the point of, dude, you got to get your act together. You're holding up staff. You're holding up everybody else. Ooh. And I have one person that I had to let go because of that. They were always late. And I'm like, dude, you're holding up the team. We all have to work together. One person's late, you're holding up the team. And he thought I was bluffing about it. I said, I have to let you go. You're slowing everybody down. And there was some words that were flying around, and I just thought, yeah, you know, you did this to yourself. You know, you got to be at work early. You have to get things done. If you arrive work early, you get your work done early. You know, you still got to help out with the staff. You can't have everybody cover for you. And there's your lantern there. Not too bad. And this thing goes right here. And you're going to have to rotate this about 45 degrees. You could see where it hinges. So they got a light right inside there. That's kind of cool. And now we got to smooth tile this off. So we're getting to the point of here of completion. But some guys, they just come to work late. I don't care. I mean, what is Jay going to do? He's going to fire me? Yeah. I got to let you go, dude. I have some that are dependable. I'm like, you got to show up. I cannot just keep sticking up for you anymore. You're going to have to do this. You're not making your supervisor very happy either. As much as for somebody like myself who kind of I slack off from time to time. But for me, just come late, or not late, come early, don't be late. You know, that's bad. Bad things will happen. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean? There we go. Okay, now it looks like we're ready to do the roofing here. We got to make 3 of these things. So let's just kind of start with the dark green here. There's more dark green. I could use these. This is a good idea for Spanish tiles. So I have a feeling this is supposed to be like some kind of Spanish style, maybe a Mexican, a Spanish restaurant, you know, like from Spain. It's hard to say. Let me just start grabbing a bunch of these here. Making sure I put them up. Make sure this thing's on the back. Start with your green one here first. It might be easier to start with this corner and work your way back. This is not this set, I think they kind of just really just inflated with a bunch of small parts. I think Lego was trying to, you know, and I'm just going to bluntly say it. Wow, I'm getting a whole bunch of parts for this. I'm going to be building something big, right? And that's what I would have thought of as 10 or 12 years old. Now, it's like I'll look at a set going, oh, it's got 1,500 pieces. Okay, how much of that is going to be small parts? You know, how much of that we're going to have to really focus on here? You don't know. I think I didn't give me extra ones of these. I can always use them. I've already overflowed on these round bricks. And then these right here go in here, and they just swing down like that. So we already got our tiles. Like that, right there. That finishes that up right there. Pretty cool, huh? And then we need to crown off the top here. We can always use ridge tiles like regular roofing. This is the type of roofing I'm used to doing years ago. Now that tucks right behind her, so I won't even move. That's really good. They really got this thing figured out very well. Very well. What do we have left here for time? 35 minutes? Oh, that's cutting it close there, huh? I might be able to fit 2 whole installments on here. It just depends if I get my hands in the way. And then they stick these in like that. Oh, that's cool. So they match that up pretty good there. Okay, that looks really good, doesn't it? By the way, I'm at the top of the screen for those who haven't noticed. Alright, looks like now we're turning our attention right here on this side. So we need to put a couple of these 6x10s here. Just need to stack these in, and I'm just going to push them and pinch and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, we got a bathroom with no door. That's up to you to put that in. I got plenty of doors to fill that in, but what am I going to do with this? Probably put it on display or just take it apart. You know, I mean, that's essentially what I'm going to do with most of these anyways. I just take them all apart and just do that. Okay. Yeah, we're just messing with nothing but small parts today. It's just nothing but very small pieces. Except for those. I needed these in that color a long time ago, and I didn't end up needing them, but I needed them for a project. And I thought they would be helpful. When I was doing the prototype, they weren't much helpful at all. So I was like, well, I can't do that, obviously. But that's fine, at least. Now I know it was a failed attempt. Instead of just thinking about it, at least now I know. Or maybe I should have started. Okay, if you're going to do this, don't do what I just did. Don't start here. Don't start there, because you're going to do what I do and paint yourself into a corner. Stick that in here. And then now we got to put these in here and have these swing down like that. So it looks like we're preparing for the next part of the roof. We still got 2 bags left that we got to do. Now I'm not doing them all in one installment here. I think I'm going to do is do the next one after this, and then for bag 9 I'll package that with the review. And then now we got to stick this here. Some of these steps only have 1 piece at a time. Alright, and then now we can start sticking these here. Not too bad, folks. Not too bad at all. Hey, at least I'm surviving. I'm not, you know, nothing's really falling apart. Just some things feel kind of squirmy until the very end. Very squirmy. And that's it for bag 7. And yeah, I mean, so far I've survived, and this is what, if I can pick it up here, Lego, and it's really crude small parts. At least they're the lemon and lime and stuff. At least we got a few of these. I can always use printed food pieces, and that's what we have remaining for bag 7. Alright, we're going to wrap up this installment here with bag 8, and I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors, as well as my Patreon supporters. It's always a big help. In addition to you guys and gals who checked out my rebrickable profile, always a really nice thing. And most importantly, if you watch my videos, especially all the way through, you like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, even better. And subscribing is always free. I don't charge for that. You can just jump right on in and check out the channel. If you just think this is not for you, or my style's not working for you, I'll understand. And yeah, looks like we got another workout for us. More small pieces. Yeah, I don't know what the age range of this set is. I don't know what I did with the lid of the box. Oh, here it is. It's for 12 plus. Now this is going to push some 12-year-olds. So look, we don't have a lot of big stuff here. We have a lot of little stuff. So it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of work out here. We got to put together Olly. See? And he's got a camera with a brushback quiff. Cool. Okay, I'm looking for a flat tile. Yeah, we're already. Wait, look at all the small stuff we're going to be doing. Now, I don't know how easy this is going to be. I think we got to put the roof on the top of this next. I think that's what we're going to be focusing on. So maybe Olly is the roofer. We don't know. And that's Olly right there. Somebody had mentioned I don't really cover a lot of the stuff in the main review. This is how I'm doing the reviews. Okay, so yeah, so we got to do 2 of these roof tiles, and yeah, that's a lot of stuff to go through here. So what we're going to do is slide all this out of the way here, and we're going to focus down here. And yeah, let's get going. It wants a bunch of green ones on the top. So what I'm going to do is start sorting out parts by color as I go. And I need that right there. So we don't need that dark green. That's what I'm saying. I could just go ahead and do the rest of them right now, but I'm trying to find the certain color, and I'm just going to start sorting out parts. I need that. So right now it looks like, and I know my hands are going to get in the way, I will pull my hands away from time to time. I just got to let the people know who are watching these that, you know, I got to build this too. I can't just, some people are used to seeing speed builds. Speed build, you really can't see anything. I try my best. Okay, we got a yellow tulip. I'll take that. Now this is a duplicate, so most of it here is just so I'm just going to focus on steps 1 through 5 all at once, but right now I'm going to do everything by rows, and I'm just going to go ahead and start sorting everything out by color except for the dark green. The earth green I'm going to stack over there, and then the blue goes here, or the earth blue. And by the time we get to sorting all these out, yeah, I hadn't even finished a whole row yet. I have enough to finish a whole row of that dark color. Okay, now we did. And now I want to kind of flatten those down and make them lined up. And since these are the same, we don't care. So here we go. Okay, we got another blue one here. Now I could work on that one while I'm doing this one, but let's just do them row by row. It would be easier to do that. Now if you got little containers, like little trays or bowls, these round pieces would be very helpful for that. I don't, so unfortunately I got to use the table here. That's what the lip is in the back for. I never thought about routering the front here and have a lip in the front. So I never thought about that. I need to do that eventually. Yeah, these things here are being a turd. Yeah, so far the stickers, I'm going to say up to this point, it's mild. It's not like I'm going to ding off a point for stickers. That's only if I'm getting like 5 binders full of stickers. And I know some say I get a little crazy on it. I do. I just don't want to have to deal with stickers at all. If it's very minor, like I know Lego makes this for different countries, so yeah, that's understandable. So what I'm going to do right now is I've already sorted out a bunch of these dark green ones. I still need a light green right here, so I'm just going to keep pulling them out until I get to that point. And it may be a 5 million years before we get to it, but now I got those pulled out there. We'll need those at the bottom. So the bottom one is pretty much solid. And now I'm going to do these both simultaneously, because see, now I can grab the dark green and start there. Okay, now if I grab some light green, I'm going to start the well, we got to put a light green here. I can put a dark green here. Now I can start doing this. Now I have a way to do this. So like right now I got a pattern. I'm copying sub-step 5. So that's how I'm doing it now. Jay, it's going to take you forever to get this done. I know, right? It's going to take me a long time. The goal is to get this one here done first. But, well, first we got to sort through all the junk we don't need and get to the parts we do need here. Okay. All right, we could put this one here. I can put the blue one down here. And I got a row and a column done. At least we're getting something done. It's starting to look like something, isn't it? It's looking better. Looking a lot better. Now, I don't know what I did with the brick separator to this, to be honest. Some of these are just not staying down very well, huh? Or I'm just not pushing them in all the way. Yeah, so you're going to be here tiling for a while. It's not a big deal. I mean, how often do we work with these? I don't work with them a lot, to be honest. We have a blue one that kind of skips a spot here. And then I can set that there right now. And then I need a dark green here. The light green goes here. So I guess it's supposed to look more like, not Spanish tile, because that's like red and rust and all that stuff. I'm trying to think of a color that would work with this. Bamboo, maybe? We don't know. Okay, I got the dark green one there. Alrighty. We're getting somewhere, folks. It's just going to take some time. Oh, there we go. At least they're getting part of the roof in here. Now, don't ever start in the, like, leave a hole in the middle, because you can make a mistake and you're going to have to back all those out. So I'm hoping I don't do that. If you're not sure, set it in or dry, and then commit by pressing it down firm. Yeah, where's this big rainstorm we're supposed to have, huh? It's not raining right now? Well, that's sad. Everywhere else it's been flooded and underwater. Out here, we're just lucky to see it. Some people are complaining about there's too much rain and their houses are full of water. Out here, we're just lucky to have water. I knew I heard something rubbing there, and I was getting kind of irritated with it. It's like, what is going on? There's a whole bunch of bins up here right now. It looks like the rest of this here is earth colors, so we are getting there. All right, we're going to be here for a while. Not too bad, because the dark blue ones go at the bottom, like that. And there is 4 dark blue ones, so that makes it easier. It says 8 in total that we're going to be using. Let's just, not that one. Now I'm glad I put that there. Put that, no, we almost messed up again. See, I got to pay attention. Let's just finish up a roof panel. I'm going to line these tiles up with the brick separator. Just got to find it first. I don't know what I did with it, but I have a bunch of... Okay, I got interrupted. Everybody's getting up and getting home. Great, I had to do something real quick, and I had to stop when I was done on this. I don't know what I was talking about now. It's like 10 minutes later. Can you do this for me? I'm like, okay, fine. Oh, I didn't know you were filming. I'm thinking the door's closed. I had the sign up. But that wasn't good enough. Alright. I don't know what I was talking about. But, oh yeah, we're going to use the brick separator to strengthen or straightening up all these. Yeah, guys and gals, welcome to my world. Every day is chores, and when I come back here, it's the only time I get is at late at night, and yeah, I think we got those looking exact. Now, of course, you could just take it and press it along the edges like this, and that will help you out. But the ones in the middle, I would just take the side of your brick separator and just stick this in like this, right in the crack. And just press that down in there. It should be fine, and we should be able to straighten these up a lot here. Yeah, so yay for me, I got more chores. In addition to the DMV, doctors, dentists, all that stuff, I got chores. So I do not get a break like you guys do. And that looks pretty good. Imagine if we had more of these, or roofing. So you got to make 2 of those. Okay, now we're going to put these on. Let me slide all this loose stuff out of the way here. Now, one person did comment a few days ago that I moved the camera around too much. You know, I'm not even going to waste my time even illustrating that, why I have to move the camera around. Some people are used to YouTubers that have 20 million camera angles. You just take what you get. I cannot help that. So, that kind of thing. And they'll just sit right in there. You don't have to worry about these rocking or anything like that. Just stick these in here. Make sure the dark spot is at the bottom. And yeah, that takes care of the roof. And now we are going to focus our attention in here. Let me back this out a little bit. Yeah, but every time I start coming back here, I have to do something, and they kind of say, well, why are you up till 4 in the morning? And I'm like, that's it. And I'm almost, one time I did slip, they kind of got mad at me. It's like, hey, I want to work on something. I need a chance to take a breather. I don't want to do chores. And boy, that kind of ruffles up some feathers around here, and I'm just... They don't even know I'm doing anything. It's like I put a sign on the door, hey, I'm filming, I'm getting this stuff done. And it's not good enough sometimes, so I just kind of hide back here. It's like, you know, this is my man cave. Just let me be. So you only have to make 1 of these and then set that right there. Okay. And it looks like it's facing outwards, so we'll just rotate that around. There we go. This could be like a little garden patio, terrace. Don't know. Alright, some round bricks. There we go. And looks like we're putting another rug here like we did in one of these other patios. Could be outdoor carpeting too. Yeah, every time I, like I said, I come back here, I don't know if I'm going to be bothered or not. Sometimes I'm just like, you know, my mind is somewhere else, let me be. You know? And here's some, oh, well, you're always back there a lot. I'm thinking, this is my mother, my girlfriend's at work right now, so I don't, she's got an excuse. Well, I need you to do this for me. I need you to do that. I'm like, you know, sometimes I do need a break from chores, you know. Some of us are just not grateful enough to, you know, to have time off. I have time off, and I don't want to just be working. In my family, and I mentioned this in a few things, we're workaholics. Everybody works until they're in the grave. My dad didn't really get time to enjoy his retirement. He got sick before he can. And yeah, sometimes I need a chance to cool down too. So it looks like we're doing a clone of this here with more small parts. This set is just cake with just little bits and pieces. It's just like the modular. I just think Lego just purposely inflated this. A lot of this stuff could have been substituted, but I don't know. Okay, now we're doing some chairs, just like we did down there, but I just remembered, put that thing in the middle first, and we got to make 2 of these. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't get time off. When you get to be, if you're a kid watching this, be thankful. You get older, you do not get time off. If you get married, have a girlfriend, or you have kids, I mean, having a family is always cool. It's got advantages, but sometimes, like for me, I'm still trying to get over, you know, being set in my ways for so long of being single, and to taking care of a family now. It's kind of like a culture shock for me. And that's your little chairs. And we got a sticker coming up here in a second. They'll sit right inside those jumper plates like that. And they're good because you could swivel them around and stuff like that. Alright, so now it looks like we're cutting ourselves a menu, and I need to get the sticker sheet. I've got to find it first, and that's sticker number 7, which is some kind of menu. No sushi? Well, that's kind of sad, Lego. I wish that was printed, but it's not. I just said, I know when I get done with this, I got to do some chores. So I got to hurry up and get this done here real fast. Yeah, I've just not been in a good mood lately. I've just, like, every time I want to get down to relaxing, I have to do something else. I've been thinking about, like I said, I was talking about that John Muir trail. That would be about a 6 to 8 week hike. You know, get me away from family. I sound kind of angry about it. No, I just need a chance to cool down. I mean, I'm sure they know about that, though, that sometimes I'm like, hey, I need to do some things first. Now, getting that in there is going to be a turd in itself. We got that in there. So now it looks like we're putting together a tree. Alright. With all little bits and pieces. We're really just putting together like a lightsaber handle. I mean, we're doing the works here, are we? The tree with no name. Like the horse with no name. This is the tree with no name. Because it doesn't have leaves on it. We'll be taking care of that right now. Okay, let's get that going. We're almost done here. But I've noticed since my nephew's been here, I have been doing chores non-stop. Well, right now he's at work. That's understandable, right? But when he was laying in bed for the other 2 weeks, I couldn't even ask him for anything, because if I did, I got scolded about it. And it was just kind of sad, like, hey, I need help with this. I need somebody to help me put this together or pick this stuff up. We were supposed to go out for a dinner one night, and nobody would help me around here. And so the punishment was, I'm trying to see how this is supposed to go in here. I think this goes in this hole right here. If you have the 3D manual, it probably would help you. So I thought, okay, I guess the punishment would be we're not going out for a pizza. We were going to go out to this pizza parlor and just kind of relax. But we didn't get a chance to do that because I did not get my free time, you know, and I could not get anybody to help me. It was like picking up the lights in the tree or something like that. I was trying to do all this. I just like, hey, why don't we get him out here to help us? I'm doing it all myself. And what does my nephew do? Goes, runs out with his friends while he knew we were doing work around here. And I'm just like, dude, that's, you know, being kind of not so kind. Okay, so it's supposed to be like that, I guess. I don't think it matters. But I could not get anybody to help me with anything. So I said, okay, fine. And we were supposed to go out for a pizza. By the time I got done with everything, it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I said, you want to order one? I said, I ain't going to order nothing. So I thought, no, no, we're not doing anything like that at all. All right, so these go right here. Is this a bonsai tree or something? It looks like it might be, but it's hard to say what that is. So it goes right there, and I'm just hacking them in like that. Then we stick these here. He had to be at work at 7 today, and right now it's 3 o'clock. He's already worked his 8 hours unless he doesn't get a paid lunch break. My job, I have an option. I always give my employees, you can work through, because a lot of them are salary. You have an option. You can work through your lunch break and get out of there earlier, which you cannot get this in here, by the way. Or you can take off. I always work through mine because I want to hurry up and go home. There we go. There's our tree. And that's it for this part of the build. And I only got 9 minutes left on this card. I think we made good timing today. I won't be able to fit another video on this. And that's what we have remaining here. Okay, that's it. Summation of thoughts, and I'm sorry, Peri, you're going to have to wait another day. I may do this tonight, I don't know yet. I could do another installment now, but I got to get chores done real quick. And right now, this is looking better. It's looking really good. Let me get this situated here for you a bit better, because I'm also going to have to do a thumbnail too, and my iPhone's been acting up. I should have bought me a Droid, but we got a thing with our company where we can get away with it, in terms of they give us a discount on phones. So it's playable. I mean, I can fit my hands in here, an adult hand, so a child is not going to be a problem. Look at all the detail, but we're still missing some stuff here, but there might be more to this. We don't know yet. But look at the front, though. I mean, this is cake with a lot of accessories. This has got a lot of detail. That's the only advantage of smaller pieces, is you do get detail. I mean, I could just see if there was another side here, this would look really good. You had this here, would look really good. I like this fountain, though. That's a really good idea for a wall fountain. Never thought about using those shells like that. But I'm pretty pleased with the quality of this set. It's just the abundance amount of small parts that are kind of getting to me here. It really is. He's going to take a photo. He's going to take photography of the artwork or the printed tiles and go, "Wow, this is really cool." But I think whoever's going to get this one, you're going to be in for a workout. But I mean, look at the detail. This looks fun. I mean, I'm looking at this thing now. This looks really fun for the work we're putting into. So for $130, you are getting a pretty much a decent build. I just wish this is more like mock quality or a modular quality. Just imagine using this on a modular would look really good. But for me, we just get it just grabs my interest. This looks fun. This just looks like I'm ready to play with this now. We still got one more bag, and yeah, it looks like this one here. Let me put it up against the light. Looks like I see another 2 small bags in here. So probably another hour or so of filming. We'll be done with this with the review. And I can get this one done here probably tonight or tomorrow. No, we still got this here. That tells me there's still things going on here. What are we missing on? Where's the book here? Well, we'll get ourselves a little sneak peek here, but I'm pretty much pleased. So yeah, we still got some plants to put on here. And that there, and we got a little a pergola at the top. So there's got to be more to it than that because we got plants in here. So it looks like the last bag might just be foliage. I don't know. Well, stay tuned for that and tell me what you think.